So anyways, the video cut out, but we're still moving forward. So I had to delete some stuff too, so it's been like 10 minutes, but I'm going to go right in where we were. So we were talking about the middle part of the goals. So I've been listening to Tony Robbins, and a way that he's implemented goal setting, which I've kind of copied, I've kind of borrowed from him. Man, it's amazing. So he refers to it as the RPM method, rapid planning method, or results based, purpose driven, massive action plan. So cool names. I'm going to give you the lay version. I'm going to give you the version that, hey, you can apply this today. You can make it work today for you. So start asking yourself the question, what am I trying to get out of this video? Really ask yourself before I even go into it. What am I trying to get out of this video that can allow me to be more efficient in how I set goals, but also be more efficient and allocate resources better to make me achieve the goals? Because that's why we set goals at the end of the day, right? I hope you're not setting goals for the sake of setting goals. I hope you're setting goals for the sake of achieving goals and the process and the middle part that's in between. Because that's where all the beautiful stuff happens. That's where all the pain is, really. That's where all the fun is, really. I mean, there's no pain without fun. There's no fun without pain. You have to move through stuff. You have to face challenges, leap over them, jump through them, smash them, and then you're like, man, this is kind of fun. I like doing this, because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what matters. That's the middle part. So relating this back to the foundation of how we set goals, why is this important? Why do I need to know that the middle is fun? Why do I need to know RPM? What does this mean? Well, this is what it means. So this is what I mean by it. If you were doing results-based, purpose-driven, massive action plan, I take it as in, and this is what I used to do a while ago, unconsciously, not really knowing why it was so successful, was whenever I would set goals, I would always start out with why. And I think I got these from watching a lot of the motivational videos on YouTube, which was great. And if you have something with motivation, and I've had it in the past, well, guess what? Yeah, motivation can sometimes get monotonous, but it's like taking a shower. Doing it every so often, at least listening to those people, at least being around it and positivity, it's only going to benefit you. And I do agree with the notion that, hey, we have enough motivation. Okay, now we have to get smarter and more efficient in how we set our goals and actually do it. So we're creating our motive. Instead of getting motivation, we're just getting our motive for action. It's funny because I'm stealing that from Tony Robbins too. But all in all, okay, how does this actually work? So if I'm setting a goal, like I said, I would used to start out with why. So if I am writing my goal, like I remember whenever I started with personal training, I didn't know I wanted to personal train. I figured out whenever I was 16. So before that, I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. Like, I just knew I had something inside and I wanted to help people. I didn't even think of personal training. 14, I didn't even like working out. So really it was a combination of events and me asking myself over and over and over. I remember in my journal, I've been journaling for a long time. If you don't do that, just implement it. It's you talking to yourself. What better relationship can you have? So building on that, I would ask myself why. Why am I here? Why does helping people make me happy? What is my why? You know, I remember I used to ask myself a lot too. Why not? And I would journal about something. Okay, what is my why? My why is to help people feel better, move better, and achieve more in their life. Okay, why is that my goal? Okay, I'm asking why a second time. Well, I feel like that's what helped me. I started working out. I gained more confidence. Once I gained more confidence, this expanded all areas of my life. I started reading. I started loving myself more. I got out of that depressive state that I put myself in. I felt free. There was no chains on me anymore. I was free to choose how I went on, and no one else had a say in it. No one else could change that. And that's pure freedom. So, okay, why is that pure freedom? Well, it was shown to me. Whether that's shown to me by God, whether that's shown to me by me, whether that's shown to me by the universe, it does not matter. Something gave it to me, and I feel so grateful for it because it's a gift. Okay, so now I want to bring that gift to the other people. I got to the core of my reason. I can ask why and why again. I can go on and on and on and on. I usually ask why about 5 times. I've heard that before from other people. The general rule of asking yourself why 5 times. Okay, so you set a goal. I want to make $1 million next year, and you set a time frame for it. That's a whole nother discussion. Let's just go with that example. I want to make $1 million next year. Wow, that's a pretty hefty goal. I mean, if you're 22, hey, respect. If you're making $1 million, I'm gonna get there. Respect if you're making it at 22. So let's say you just set that goal for the sake of the question, the argument. So, okay, why do you want to make $1 million? And why do you want to make it by next year? Guy who's writing it in his journal, I want to make $1 million because I want to be able to provide for my family who's provided by me to me, and I want to be able to give back to the community and really the school that I went to. There was this one teacher that was such a blessing to me, and I want to be able to give them more supplies, more appliances, and hopefully actually impact his life and maybe like increase his salary or something, or just allow them to have more resources to pull off of. Okay, so you got two good reasons: your own family that's produced and given to you, and then someone else that's given to you. And I kind of just did this accidentally, but notice how both of these are giving back to people that already gave to you. I feel like those are such strong reasons, such strong pushers, such strong reactors that give you more energy to go to your goal. If you're just, okay, that same thing, my why is because I want to be rich and famous. I mean, ask yourself why again right away. Go ahead and do that right now before even thinking about that at all, because that's not going to be enough of a driver to get you there. I mean, not that there's anything wrong necessarily with wanting to be rich and famous, but why? Why do you want to be rich and famous? Because you want to be significant and known? Okay, why do you want to be significant and known? Is it because you felt like you were unknown growing up? Why did you feel like you were unknown growing up? Because no one listened to you. Okay, why do you want people to listen to you? Because I got something to say and I want to help people. Bam, you got to it. You want to give back. So, asking yourself why over and over and over, getting to that reason, getting to the core of you, not anybody else. It's the core of you. Once you know the core of you, nothing can stop you. The man who knows himself within, nothing without can stop him. That's 100% true. And I feel like this has been something that's helped me so much in discovering who I am and who I'm going to be. It's not who I want to be, it's who I'm going to be, because I'm going to make it happen. I am making it happen right now as we speak. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to face challenges. I'm going to have setbacks, but guess what? I have the plan and I have my why, and that's going to allow me to push through them. And that's just something we all have to accept, right? We're all human at the end of the day. I have days where I doubt myself. I have days that I just feel bad. I have days that I come up with the wildest stories and dreams of things that don't even exist, that have nothing to do with helping me. And we all do this, right? I mean, think about a time that you've stopped yourself, or think about a time that you thought something was going to happen and you were sure of it. It was totally bad. Like maybe even like you thought someone said something bad about you and you swear you heard him say it, or so your friend told you that this person talked about you. And then you went up to him and you confronted him. You're like, bro, I heard you said this. Like, what's up? They didn't even say it, and they're like, what are you talking about? I didn't even say this. And then how do you feel after that? You feel like poop. You feel like crap, because you just believed and came up with a story, and probably, even if it was true, you probably made it so much worse than it actually was. So, relating this back to goals, if you are just constantly in your mind thinking about what's going to happen or creating stories, which it will happen, you will do that, I will do that, we have to realize that that's not true. And I think stepping away and having awareness of it, seeing that allows us to pass over it, under it, through it, across it much easier than just believing whatever occurs in our mind as we go on the process, because it's going to be a rocky road. There's a reason not everybody gets to the goals they want to achieve. Look around. Doesn't everybody want to lose weight? Does everybody lose weight? Is 70% of America overweight? I know that that's kind of debatable because they're using a weird scale, but just look around. Regardless of the percentage number in the study, just look around. Everybody wants to lose weight, right? Is everybody losing weight? You can answer that yourself. So, this is what goes on the importance of setting goals. We all know how to set goals. Okay, now we know that we're going to use the why. So we did the most important part. We know why we want to do it. Now what comes next? Okay, the how, this is what most people want to start with, right? This is what I was talking about, to-do lists. At least we didn't start with the how. Does the how come next? Or is it still more planning? So if we go off of Tony Robbins' method, which I'm kind of doing a little spin-off of, so we got the why. He would start with results. So results would be, okay, what is my outcome? What is my goal? Yeah, pretty much we've already done that. We've already said, okay, I want to be a personal trainer. I want to be rich and famous. I want to make $1 million by the next year. There we go. Back to it. Full circle. I know I like to rant sometimes. Why? We got the why. So that's the purpose driven. What's our purpose behind this? He wants to give back to the teacher, to the school, to the family that helped him. That's great. Keep going a little bit deeper, but hey, we got somewhere. Okay, now the M. What is my action plan? This is the how. This is the to do. And now that we have our result, our end goal, our time frame, and our why, boom, we got a good foundation. Now we're going to add on the how. If we just add on the how first, that's where you go 3 days and it feels good, but you're just on air. Air doesn't hold you for long. You're going to fall down. So, okay, let's go off of the same example. I want to make $1 million. I will make $1 million in the next year because I want to impact and help the teacher that gave to me, and I want to help feed my family as they fed me. What can I do now? How can I make this a must to achieve? What can I do now and step by step? So key here is step by step and also the word must. What must I do? You have to make it a must. It cannot be a should. It cannot be a want. I still catch myself saying want, and I don't think it's the end of the world, but I do think it is something that can stop you from achieving your goals. You need to turn your want into will and a must. I'm just pausing right there because that's powerful. Write that down, memorize that. I'm still working on that, and I will finish it. But anyways, okay, he has this massive action plan now. What single steps can I take? And single steps is very important too, step by step. This is something that I've been doing recently, which is really being a smart and efficient in how I take actions. Meaning, okay, I used to come up with these crazy ideas and they were great, and I step by step, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create a blog, and I'm gonna write this many posts a day, and then I'm gonna put this in my journal. Hey, write this today, and I'm gonna email these people. Great. Do one thing at a time. Let's same example. First of all, make a website. Make a blog. Don't worry about what you're going to write yet. Don't worry about who you're going to impact. Don't worry about who you're going to email. Don't even worry about what the blog is about. Just go and pay for the website. Step one. Once you do that, put a check, pat yourself on the back, then move forward. If you got other stuff to do, like if you got to work out, go on to the next thing. So really achieving a goal is just one bite at a time, at least how I feel right now, and at least what is working extremely well for me right now. Taking everything in one bite-sized piece breaks it down so simply, and whenever I set the goals, I literally write it like that. Start the website, like just buy it today. Don't even worry about how it looks yet. That is what allows me to achieve it, because now I'm not creating these crazy stories in my head of how I want the people to look at it, how I want the people that I send the email to look at it, how I want it to, what I want it to say, what the color. No, none of that matters until I get to it. First, I establish, I put my foot on the stone in front of me, on the path I'm going to, and then once my foot is firmly down, then I move on. I don't try to take 4 steps at once. That's how you take too long of a stride and fall and slip and get stuck and step where you weren't looking. You look where you're going to step, and then you step there. So I think that's extremely important when you are coming up with that action plan, coming up step by step, small steps, achievable, really easy to chew. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. I mean, there's so many things on this. And one extra thing, I really feel that, you know what, try both. Try to prove me wrong. If you do, great. Hey, you did something, I'm going to experiment, I'm going to look into it. But I have also set a lot of goals that were super hefty, so much, like I mentioned, I would do a lot. I'd try to do so much at once, so many to-dos. 1, I wouldn't feel like I was getting anywhere, and 2, I really wasn't getting anywhere. I mean, when you don't feel you're getting anywhere, you're not really getting anywhere. If you feel like you are, you're going to be much more likely to feel like you're getting somewhere. So my point is that whenever I was setting all these hefty goals, that's when I'd go those 3 days and then fall off. Can you think about a time that you've ever done the same, that you've ever come up with a goal and it sounds great, but you've fallen off after 3 days? And I asked this earlier. Yeah, we all have those times. It's very, I don't want to say normal, but it's very common for that to happen. So, are we always going to do what we've always done? Isn't this what everybody else tries to do? Doesn't If you're a trainer, you know this. You know this. Have you ever had someone come up to you and said, "Oh, I want to lose uh, 50 pounds in 2 months. Hey, I got a wedding in 3 weeks. Can I drop 20 pounds and then get a six pack?" That's a pretty hefty goal, man. That's a pretty hefty goal, sir. You know what? We can get there, but it's going to take a year. It's going to take hard work. Okay, whoa, they get blown off by that. But you are telling the truth. You can make it happen. But you know that it's going to take time. And not only is it going to take time, it's going to take a lot of work in the in between, in the middle. And a lot of that work is not going to be pretty. They only want to see the end, right? They don't want to see all the work that's in the middle. But if you take it one step at a time, hey, guess what? I know some of y'all, and I know me too, I'm guilty of this. We've had the same goals for years that we've been saying for years. And if we just started, if we just took little steps, we'd already be here. We'd already be done with the middle. But if we're trying to do chunks at a time, especially in days, that's where we get halfway through a chunk and then drop off and then our goal dies. So don't let your goal die. Be smart now you plan your goal. Come up with a method that works for you. Think your why. Get your purpose, get your why, get your result first. Attach that to the why. And then come up with a massive action plan that is efficient, doable, smart, and achievable. And you will achieve your goals. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know your thoughts. This is a great subject. I love goal setting. I could talk forever on this if you can't tell. I'm really trying to keep it short. But hit me up, guys. I'm here to talk. Like this video, share it if you feel it has helped you. Hey, it can help someone else. I mean, that's what this is about, really. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.